Have you ever had that weird feeling? You're having a conversation with a friend about needing new running shoes, and a few minutes later, an ad for sneakers pops up on your phone. It's not a coincidence, and it's not magic. It's a sign that you are being watched, tracked, and analyzed. Every single second you are connected to the digital world. But this goes so much deeper than just ads. This is about power. It's about a vast, hidden industry that knows more about you than you do. And they're using that information to make critical decisions about your job, your finances, and ultimately, your freedom. To understand what's happening, you have to know about an industry that operates in the shadows: data brokerage. These are companies that exist for one reason: to buy and sell your personal information. They generate over $200 billion a year doing it. They buy your location data from apps on your phone. They buy your purchase history from retailers. They scrape your public profiles from social media. They then use this data to build a detailed profile about you. But it's not just your age and where you live. They classify you into thousands of categories. Things like financially challenged, single mother, or blue-collar worker. Why? So they can sell these profiles to other companies. And this is where it gets dangerous. This creates a new, invisible form of discrimination. Researchers call it digital redlining. Just like a century ago when banks drew red lines on a map to deny services to entire neighborhoods based on their race, companies today use your data to deny you opportunities. They might charge you a higher interest rate on a loan because your data profile suggests you're financially struggling. They might hide job ads for high-paying positions from you because your location data places you in the wrong neighborhood. This isn't about your qualifications or your character. It's about what a secret algorithm decides your worth. It is economic discrimination on a massive automated scale. And this surveillance doesn't stop when you go to work. In fact, for millions of Americans, it gets worse. Today, nearly 8 out of 10 companies use some form of employee monitoring software. For remote workers, that number is even higher. They track your emails. They log every website you visit. And it gets more invasive. According to recent studies, 45% of employers track your keyboard and mouse clicks to make sure you're active. Over half use software that takes periodic screenshots of your screen. This isn't about security or productivity. This is about control. It's a digital leash, and it has a profound effect on our well-being and our liberty. Think about it. The feeling of being constantly watched creates immense pressure. This constant monitoring erodes trust. It takes away the freedom to have a private moment, to take a mental break, to be a human being during your workday, not just a cog in a machine. It's the modern equivalent of the factory foreman standing over your shoulder for 8 hours a day, except now he can follow you home. So your data is being used to judge your financial life, and it's being used to control your work life. But the biggest threat is what it does to your public life, to our democracy. The simple truth is, we have lost control. According to the Pew Research Center, 81% of Americans feel they have little to no control over the data that companies collect about them. This creates what experts call a chilling effect. When you know you're being watched, you change your behavior. You start to self-censor. Maybe you don't search for information on a sensitive health issue. Maybe you don't post your real opinion about a political topic. Maybe you don't look up information on how to organize for better wages because you're afraid your employer will see it. This isn't hypothetical. It's a quiet, creeping erosion of free expression and free thought. The very foundation of a free society is the ability to have a private conversation, to explore ideas without fear of retribution. When corporations and governments hold a permanent record of our lives, that freedom is fundamentally threatened. This isn't a partisan issue. This is about individual liberty, and the American people agree. The same Pew Research poll found that an overwhelming majority of Americans, 78% of Democrats and 68% of Republicans, believe the government should do more to regulate what companies can do with our data. Reclaiming our privacy won't be easy. It requires us to demand more from our lawmakers and more from the companies we do business with. But the first step is knowing the battle is happening. Your data isn't just a string of ones and zeros. It's your life. It's your reputation. It's your freedom. And it's worth protecting.